The first ticker we're going to look at is ICL Group. This is a agricultural play, and what you can see here on the weekly is a bull flag pattern that has been forming for quite some time since the beginning of COVID. Okay. Now, what I want us to look at is the setup for next week. Here's the daily view, and you can see that price is making a bottom. Okay, I'm gonna make this a little bit wider. There you go. Price is making a bottom, and you can also see that there's bullish divergence on the RSI and the PPO. Okay. Because of that, the way we're going to play this is a trend breakout. So the area I'd like for us to focus on is along this trend line here. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit more. Oops. All right. What you can see is price on a couple of days earlier had broken out on these two big red candles. Broken out, came back, retested, but failed. Retested the trend line, failed, went back under the trend line, and the past 3 days, price has been underneath it. I'm trying to find a pointer on this trading view tool here. I don't often use trading view from my iPad, and it's taking me longer to find what I need to find to annotate and talk to you. All right, so you can see this downward trend line. So the key thing that I'd like for us to watch for is a breakout above this line, okay? So if price is able to bust through, and perhaps it will retest, then ideally we take the long at the retest to play it up to this zone, okay? Maybe take some profit there, maybe take half the position off the table, kind of, close half your longs, or more perhaps, and then if price gets above it, maybe retest this zone, buy back in to play it up to this zone. So we're doing it zone by zone, okay? Because ICL doesn't move a lot. Let me just show you. This percentage from here up to here is only, it's about 10%. So it's not a lot. But the main point is to get your gains while you can. My ultimate target for us is to get all the way up to this area up here at about 978, okay, up here. That will put us, at, let's see here, from here to here. All right, so about 18, 19%, okay? So that's ICL. Let's watch it Monday, Tuesday, see how the price action is, and then we will continue playing it day by day. Let's look at the next ticker. The next one here is NVAX. You can see that it's year to date has done horribly, but because of that, we might have an opportunity of a bottom. Let's look at the weekly real quick. Here's the weekly. Okay, you can see it's got blown out, blown down, or whatever. It's pretty much crashed. Now, how I've annotated this is you can see that I've drawn a double bottom. And as we look closer on the daily view, okay, price is respecting this 1564 support area, support zone. And then you can also see bullishness on the RSI and PPO. I'm already in this trade. I bought in a little bit, let's see, maybe where it's closed right now at 1651. I bought in a little bit higher than that, so I'm a little bit underwater, but that's okay. My thesis remains the same, to play this as a double bottom. Now, one way to look at double bottoms is to draw to try to estimate how far it'll go up. I feel our target might be, I'm just going to annotate this real quick. Maybe let's play it to this trend line. So from where we are here, play it up to this trend line, okay, at least. And we'll monitor, okay. It may bounce back down, yeah, head up to there. So ultimately up to 40. So from here up to 40 is from where we are. Up to this one is, holy smokes, that's 90%. And that's because this chart is logarithmic. So that's a huge move. Now, if we were to look at it all the way up to 40, from here up to 40, okay, 144%. When price moves, okay, when we're looking at price and the numbers are obscene like this, then I prefer to trade on the hourly because it's less, because it's so volatile. So from here, let's just play it up to perhaps the first zone of resistance. Yeah, maybe I'll draw it like this, thereabouts. We'll play up to, from here up to, oops, from here up to here, about 10%. That should be resistance for a little bit. We'll kind of watch it there. Ultimately, we want to play it day by day, almost hourly, because it's so volatile. My suggestion isn't to take such a huge position, and yeah, just be very careful about reversals, because a small move is a big percentage for this ticker. Okay, that's NVAX. It's a pharmaceutical company, and that's the second long idea. Now let's switch to some short ideas. Constellation Energy is the one on deck now. It's had a phenomenal year, up almost 100%. But I feel that the recent price action, let's take a look at it on the weekly, shows that it's losing momentum. Okay. So price has been going up on this really beautiful rising wedge. You can see that in the weekly. And then this past week, it's broken underneath this trend line support that I've drawn. So you can kind of see the trend line there. Okay, and this week, it broke under it and sold down to 89.72. Looking at it from a daily perspective, since it's already at resistance here, I took profit. What's the word? I covered my shorts for not a huge gain because my entry wasn't great. So I'll wait for it to bounce. It'll probably consolidate and bounce up around here somewhere. When it breaks under, then my intention is to reshort. And the next area, really, the downside that I'm playing to is 65. So for it to come all the way down to 65. Okay, so from up here down to 65. So that'll be more than 25% because I marked it up here at a lower trend line resistance. Okay, so that's Constellation Energy. It's a pullback. We might consider it we're not playing it as a crash, but just as a correction. All right, the last one here is Cigna Corporation. It's insurance for healthcare. You can see that it's had a strong year, 42% year to date. Here's the chart. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly chart is just a nice uptrend, very clean, and then it started to go a little bit parabolic. On the daily, okay, you can see this big red candle. That was mid-November. Big red candle, to me, that was a sell signal. Now price has come back and retested this trend line. I'm going to make it a little bit darker. So it's come back and it says, oh, I'm going to retest it. And it retested a bunch of days. You can see that. Okay. Since it's retest, you can also see bearish divergence. So my setup that I'm looking for is a break of this trend line. Okay, and make it there. So break of that trend line. If it has a nice impulsive break, then we will play it. I feel the action is from here down to this support. So that's about a move of from here. Let's say it's from up here. Here down. All right, that's about 8%, not huge. That'll be the first play. And then wait for a break underneath that. I don't know. I don't know if it will break underneath that because the momentum indicator only went back to end of October. So it might play out already up to this, this trend line here. If it were to go further, my next target for it would be, let's say it bounces here. Next target would be this zone here at 291. So from here down to 291, that's about, all right, 12%. Okay, so that's the last trade idea for a long, for a short. And those are the ideas for next week. If you find value in my content, please like and subscribe, and please share it with your friends. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.